I'm Nick from No Regrets Personal Training, and this is one of the first of our videos that we're doing with Jamin from BodyMotion Physiotherapy. We're going to be looking at ergonomic setup and how posture greatly affects and sort of produces most of the injuries that we would see, and especially in Jamin's clinical setting and also us as personal trainers. So I'm going to throw it over to Jamin and he's going to walk you through all the steps of the process.
Yeah, so hi, I'm Jamin, as Nick said, from BodyMotion Physio. I see a lot of patients in my practice who have neck pain, tightness, shoulder pain, back pain, and a lot of it comes from poor office setup or poor ergonomics. So I'm going to go through that with you guys, show you guys some examples of poor posture and poor workplace setup, and then correct it and show you how it should be looking and explain how it tightens and how it takes pressure off the muscles. And yeah, we'll go from there. So Nick, I'll just get you to take a seat and we'll show you an example of what not to do in the office. So I'll just get you to lower your seat right down. Yeah, that's it. And put your hands on the mouse and keyboard and slump forward. So this is sort of an example of what not to do. What would make it even worse is if we get you to push the chair back. So you're having to reach for the sort of mouse, or if we push the mouse and keyboard further forward. When you're sort of in that positioning, the reason it's bad is when you're reaching forward like this is an extreme example, but when you're reaching forward like this, it tightens up all the muscles through your, across to the top of your shoulders, neck, sort of upper back, and when you're slumping forward, the only thing stopping you falling further forward is the muscles in the neck and back working extra hard to stop that movement happening. So that's why, if you have poor posture, you're going to tighten up in your muscles if you do that for any length of time. So most people's posture and positioning isn't going to be that bad. This is an extreme example, but it's just so to help you understand. So we're going to sort of work at correcting that. So first thing I'll get you to do, Nick, is to pull yourself in a bit closer to the desk and maybe just adjust the sort of keyboard and mouse. So you want your seat height to be high enough that you can rest your hands on the sort of mouse and keyboard with your arms at sort of 90 degrees. So they're just resting. If you have your arms by your side and then you drop your hands down, they're just going to hit the mouse and keyboard. So I'll get you to sort of try and position yourself. So if you bring the chair up a little bit higher, I think might be good. Yeah, like that. And then put your hands on the sort of mouse and the other hand on the keyboard. That's looking good. Yeah, so you should have a 90-degree angle here. You want to be able to have your chair pulled in close enough that you can see the screen without feeling like you need to lean forward. So if you sort of sit back into the chair, that's good. And ideally, the back of the chair, you want to be at just past 90 degrees. So you don't want it to be bolt upright. You want to have a very slight recline, about a 95-degree angle. That's sort of supposed to be the best for good ergonomics. And then from there, we want to look at the height of the monitor. So with the monitor, you want to have the top of the monitor roughly level with your eyes, because the human's resting gaze is 30 degrees below eye level. So if the top of the monitor is level with your eyes, your gaze is going to be naturally coming smack into the middle of the screen there. So, so as you can see, I'll just get you to sort of have a look. So Nick's hair sitting sort of fairly straight. In this position, the muscles aren't going to be working anywhere near as hard to sort of hold the position. The weight's coming down through the bones and the neck and through the back. He's not leaning forward to try and reach the keyboard or to see the screen. So much better, and you're going to be much less likely to tighten up and have neck pain and back pain, and less likely to need to have to come in and have physio with me to correct that. And once we've sort of improved things, it's not just going to come back again in a hurry. So that's all well and good to sort of correct the ergonomics, but if you've got a bad habit or maybe some weakness, then you can have the best ergonomics, but if you still have a habit of sort of slouching down, leaning forward, you're still going to tighten up in your neck and back. So that's where personal training can come in. Physios, we can sort of start you off, do some core strengthening, but if you want to go to the sort of the next level, then Nick and Mel will be able to help you build up the muscles around the back and neck that will help pull you upright, pull the shoulders back, and help you maintain good sort of posture and positioning, and help correct some of those habits with strengthening the muscles. So I'll hand over to Nick now and I'll let him sort of explain a bit more about what he does.
Yep. So I hope you that gives you a good understanding of like how Jamin and I very much on the same track of like exactly looking for causes of problems. So Jamin would see quite a lot of shoulder and neck problems coming in, and the pain could be quite significantly bad, and it could be inhibiting you with your sport, work, just even general life living tasks are really, really hard to perform. And a lot of the cases it's this sitting down, this poor posture that's been the original cause. So Jamin will treat the original issue, look at your ergonomic setup, give you some great tips like he's shown you in this video. But to fully finish it is where we would sort of try to design a program that's based on your specific needs and your assessment, and we would get all of the details from Jamin. It's specific to you about your particular problem, because there's no two people that we ever see the same. And we would be able to design a program that's effectively going to strengthen your weak areas and as much as loosen the tight areas. So, because a lot of people just loosen the tight things, but whenever there's something tight, there's also something weak. Yeah. And you have to find out which one is the right one, because if you're doing the wrong thing, that's why you can't follow someone else's program, because you could actually be doing more harm than good. So I hope that gives you an idea of how we work very closely together. Jamin would be really seeing the initial idea of where the cause is coming from, because he's highly skilled in that area, giving the initial treatment to firstly take away your pain, and then working out where it's coming from, and then speaking to us about what to do next.
Giving you some stretches to help sort of further loosen up the tightness, and some basic core strengthening, and then from there, if you wanted to sort of continue, take that a bit further, then we'd hand over to Nick and Mel, who can sort of take you further down the sort of the core strengthening path, and also further strengthen sort of a bit more than just your core, like some of the other muscles in the neck and shoulder. They'll also be able to help you with the stretching and sort of help you sort of maintain good sort of general health and fitness and good posture, so you'll need less treatment in the long run.
Yeah. And that means, like Jamin just said, it means you fully fix the problem instead of only getting halfway, which is what unfortunately a lot of people would do. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you on the next one.